3 important female scientists and their influence today. Hedy Lamarr, 1914 to 2000, born Hedwig Kiesler, left Austria for the U.S. in 1937. She is famous as a beautiful Hollywood actor. However, she was also an inventor. Businessman and pilot Howard Hughes was impressed by Lamarr's intelligent mind. Her designs, based on the shape of fast birds and fish, helped him create faster planes. Lamarr wanted to help the Allies win World War II. Lamarr and George Antheil, a composer, came up with the idea called frequency hopping, a kind of wireless communication. This sent a wireless signal across many different radio frequencies, so it couldn't be jammed or intercepted. The reason why this ability was so important was that it allowed torpedoes to reach their targets. However, the importance of this technology was dismissed until the 1960s, when it was used during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Frequency hopping later gave rise to technologies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the GPS many of us use daily. Lamarr never earned money from her inventions, and it wasn't until the 1990s that she first received awards for her inventions. She was included in the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2014. We should honor and respect these female scientists and their lasting influence on the scientific world.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Chickling.
And we've been looking at all of these amazing women scientists. And today we're going to learn about one more. So shall we take a look at the article?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's a different woman.
Exactly. So today we're going to learn about Hedy Lamarr. Okay, do you know who she is? Have you heard of her?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of her too. But we can learn here in the article. It says, Hedy Lamarr, she was born in 1914 to 2000. She was born, Hedy Lamarr, born Hedwig Kiesler, left Austria for the U.S. in 1937.
这个新的科学家，我们来讲的是 Hedy Lamarr 这个人，拉玛。那原名是海德薇基斯勒。That's not even English to me. So is that English? That's not.
I think it's like German.
Okay, yeah, it looks looks all Greek to me. 所以他是在1937年离开奥地利前往了美国。So what did she do there?
Okay, it says here she is famous as a beautiful Hollywood actor. However, she was also an inventor. Wow, so not only was she known for her beauty, she really made it out into Hollywood to become an actor, but she also was an inventor. Let's take a look at the word inventor. It is a person who invents things, they create things, they make new things and objects and machines and stuff like that.
所以呢 inventor 就是发明家的意思。我们是不是第一天有看到这个文章，我们讲到 invent， 那跟那个创造的东西，对，所以 invention， 所以她是一位美丽的好莱坞演员，但是她也是一名发明家哦。
Next it says, businessman and pilot Howard Hughes was impressed by Lamarr's intelligent mind. Okay, I've heard of this pilot, Howard Hughes. He was a pilot. A pilot is a noun and it is a person who flies an airplane. So yeah, they are basically the people who fly us around to different countries. When we want to, let's say, visit Japan or Korea or anywhere else, they are pilots. Or they can also be the people who fly the fighter planes to defend their countries, okay? So for example, we can say Tommy spent hours training to be a pilot, and he finally made it.
对，所以这个 pilot 就是飞行员，所以你可以说开直升机的驾驶员就是 helicopter pilot， 那开客机飞机就是 an airline pilot。那我们常会说 on autopilot， 就是你习惯性做什么，或已经没有意识在做什么事情。比如说 my body was on autopilot as I trailed through baggage reclaim and customs. 代表 maybe I did this so much that I'm so used to it, so I don't really think about it when I'm doing it.
You're kind of like a robot. You're just like press on and you kind of beep, 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 kind of do everything automatically. Okay. We also saw the word impress, okay? So Howard Hughes was impressed by Lamarr's intelligent mind, okay? Impress is a verb here, and it means if something or someone impresses you, it means it left a good memory or image for you. Like you really admire it or them. For example, I love Beyonce because she is so hardworking and is a great performer. Each performance she has impresses me. For me, Chicolin also impresses me because not only does she look so soft and sweet, but her voice is so soulful and powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm always impressed by your beautiful voice. For example, we can also use it in a sentence like this. The sight of the Grand Canyon never fails to impress people.
It was so beautiful. Like the first time I went there, I was so impressed by the view. I'm like, I don't want to go home. I want to live here.
I haven't been yet, but I can imagine how
so magnificent. 就是 wow. 你就是哇，就是 breathtaking. 无法形容的漂亮。
I need to go.
I really need to go. 但是要小心，因为 like when I was there, I was like, oh, I don't want to fall.
因
为很像快很高。
Okay.
要小心。
Okay, I will, because I'm really afraid of heights.
Me too. 我也是 very 大
I'll stand at a safe distance.
At least once in a lifetime.
Yes.
真的。所以 impress 就是使谁留下深刻印象。那对某物什么印象深刻，就是被谁影响嘛，所以就是 be impressed by something or someone. So you can also use impressive, and that's an adjective, 就是给人留下深刻印象的。比如说 Jennifer has an impressive academic and business background. 那么 impression 就是它的名词，也就是印象。所以比如说 my first impression was that he was a bit full of himself. 所以呢，商人兼飞行员，他也是商人 Howard Hughes 被这个 Lamarr 的聪明才智感到，哇，怎么这么厉害啊 What a woman.
Ooh, what a man. Oh, okay. Smart man. Okay, it says here in the article, her designs based on the shape of fast birds and fish helped him create faster planes, okay? When something is based on something or be based on something, it means to use an idea, fact, situation, or a point, and you use that to develop new or better ideas.
所以 be based on something 就是以什么为什么基础。常常我们 like if you go to a movie theater or you watch a movie, 如果那个东西 if the movie is based on a true story, 你就会看到说 be based on, 它就是有一点根据的感觉，所以大家可以这样用。所以这个设计呢，它的设计是根据行动快速的鸟类跟飞鱼的形状，不是飞鱼啦，鱼类的形状，它们很快，所以就帮助了它创造更快的飞机。
That was really smart of her.
真的。
Here it says Lamarr wanted to help the Allies win World War II. Lamarr and George Antheil, a composer, came up with the idea called frequency hopping, a kind of wireless communication. Okay, so at that time, it was World War II, the Nazis, Germany, it was very scary. People wanted to win or to defeat them. Okay, so they came up with this idea called frequency hopping. What is that? It's a method of sending radio signals by quickly switching the carrier between different frequency channels. I still don't really understand, but it's okay.
Yeah, me too. 所以 composer 就是作曲家，那这边讲到的 frequency hopping 就是跳频的意思。那 frequency 本身是频率哦。
Okay, so this frequency hopping was a kind of wireless communication. So maybe this is where we get, our radios and stuff. So thanks to them. But what is the word communication? It's a noun and it means like the methods of sending information, especially on phones, radios, computers, etc. Or like roads and railways. Okay, so for example, we can say communication is so much faster now that most people carry their cell phones everywhere with them.
真的，所以 communication 就是通讯，那它的动词是 communicate， 还有交流沟通的意思。比如说 the twins seem to be able to communicate telepathically.
This is so true.
真的，因为会有那个心灵感应， 这是真的哦。那它的形容词就是 communicative， 有些人说 communicative, right? I think there's two ways to pronounce it.
Both are fine.
对，所以就是健谈的。沟通的意思也可以，所以 Lamarr 想要帮助盟军去赢得第二次世界大战，所以他就跟作曲家 George 提出了跳频的想法。那这种是一种无线通讯。
Okay, next, the article says this sent a wireless signal across many different radio frequencies, so it couldn't be jammed or intercepted. When you intercept something, it means to stop somebody or something from getting something. Like it can be used in basketball or football, like when you steal or take the ball away from the other team. Here, it's used to talk about electronic messages. So Imagine if like you're sending a text or a message to your friend privately, but then somehow someone else saw your message too.
好可怕哦
Big brother.
真的超可怕欸。所以这个字呢 intercept 就是拦截的意思。那它这个frequency hopping 它就是透过不同的无线电频率去发送这个无线的讯号，所以就不会被干扰或者是拦截。好聪明 Like
Yeah.
how did they even come up with this?
I have no idea.
I'm so impressed.
They're so smart. Obviously, this is not like my best subject. But yes, but thankfully they are so smart. Now, why did they do this? It said the reason why this ability was so important was that it allowed torpedoes to reach their target. So yes, this was, definitely very important during the war. Now, a torpedo is basically a bomb fired from underneath a ship or submarine. And during World War II, submarines were kind of like a new weapon used, and it was very scary because it would just come out unexpectedly and your ship would sink. Yeah.
对，所以这个字呢 torpedo 就是鱼雷。那么为什么跳频这么重要呢？是因为它就是可以让鱼雷去达到那个目标，撞到就是去炸到对的那个目标哦。所以我们这边也是有看到今天的文法 language and focus. Right now, let's get into it. OK， 我们今天的文法呢要讲就是 the reason why 或者 reason that 怎么样怎么样。那这样子好，这个东西当主词的时候呢，他们后面会搭配一个作为主词补语的 that 名词子句。比如说我们看一下句子 The reason why, or you can say the reason that one is overweight is partly caused by overeating. 那这个就是它当主词的时候。不过它这个the reason why or the reason that 也可以当授语或者是补语，受词补语。所以呢，我们可以说 James and Wade shared an interest in basketball is the reason why or that they became good friends.
Okay, so with the reason why they needed to do this or make this invention was because of the war and to maybe stop torpedoes. But here in the article it says, however, the importance of this technology was dismissed until the 1960s when it was used during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, basically, the Cuban Missile Crisis happened during the Cold War in the 1960s. It was the kind of not really a fighting war, but it was a war between the USA and Russia, which was Soviet Union at the time. Both countries, they were, racing, who could go into space first or who can create nuclear weapons first. That was the Cold War. But both countries were about to have a nuclear war when JFK blocked off Cuba in 1962. And the Soviet Union was very unhappy, so they almost went into a huge catastrophe. Now, here we see the word dismiss. It's a verb and it means to decide that somebody or something isn't important and not worth thinking about. For example, we can say, Brittany suggested singing a song for the wedding, but the idea was quickly dismissed by her husband.
Aww,
maybe she has a really bad singing voice. Like me. They're like, no, don't sing.
所以 dismiss 就是不要接受或拒绝考虑哦，那是动词哦。形容词就是 dismissive。那就是有表示轻视的或不值得被考虑的。比如说 He was always dismissive of other women in the office. 好讨厌 I hate that kind of man.
Yeah,
so annoying. 对，所以呢，然而呢，这个技术呢重要性，其实我们这样一直讲来，觉得它很重要嘛，但其实它是到1960年代才被发现。那时候人们是在古巴飞弹的危机去使用它，大家才知道说，这个东西很赞哦。
Because a missile, we see the word here, it's a noun and it's a weapon that is sent through the air and it explodes when it hits something or it hits the target that it is aimed at. For example, we can say the pilots aimed their missile at the target and fired it upon command.
所以这个 missile 就是飞弹导弹，所以那个飞弹的发射器我们就可以说那是一个 missile launcher。那如果是导弹的袭击就是 missile attacks， 好可怕哦。所以比如说 the missile fell harmlessly into the sea.
Ooh, thank goodness. Yes. Oh, by the way, you could say missile or missile. Both are fine. Okay. Next, we can continue reading in the article. It says, frequency hopping later gave rise to technologies like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the GPS many of us use daily. Okay, yes, I know everyone is, very thankful for that because Wi-Fi is so important, right? When you give rise to something, it means it causes an event or a situation to happen.
对，所以 give rise to something 就是导致什么或产生什么，所以这个 frequency hopping 后来催生了什么呢？有 Wi-Fi、蓝牙、Bluetooth， 我们最在用的很多技术都是他们幸好有这一些人发现这一些科学，所以像 GPS 也是其中一个。
Next, it says Lamarr never earned money from her inventions, and it wasn't until the 1990s that she first received awards for her inventions.
而且 Lamarr 他做这么多事情，他都没有赚过钱哦。
I know.
他直到1990年代，他才因为他还第一次因为他的发明获奖。
Why does it always take so long for people to notice their inventions?
I know, 真的。
They're so good. Okay, but here it says, luckily, she was included in the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2014.
耶！所以在2014年的时候，他也入选了美国国家发明家名人堂。
The article then says we should honor and respect these female scientists and their lasting influence on the scientific world. Definitely. Here, we see the word honor. It's a verb and it means to do something that shows great respect for someone or something. Like, for example, many award shows like the Grammys or Oscars honor the people of that industry for their contributions and work. For example, we can also use it in a sentence like this. Everyone at the company threw a big party to honor their lovely CEO when she decided to retire.
所以 honor 这边是向谁表示敬意的意思，是个动词哦，当名词也可以，它就是有名誉、荣誉的意思。所以一个品德崇高的人就是 a man of honor， 或者是呢，我们常常会说 in honor of something， 代表去庆祝什么，我表示对谁的尊敬。比如说 I've cooked a special meal in honor of our guests。所以呢，我们应该要向这一些女科学家致敬，并且去尊重他们对科学界的持久影响。Thank you so much for all your hard work. 谢谢你们，我们才可以有这么多的科技。
Yes, and Wi-Fi.
对 Wi-Fi.
So importantly, Wi-Fi. And we also should give thanks to the people who continually, like right now in our days to who make contributions to science and to a lot of these great inventions. So here we are now at our For You chat. Which of these three scientists impressed you the most and why?
I don't know who to choose.
It's hard to choose, right?
All of them are so good.
I know, like all of these women really impressed me. Like I think they all individually contributed so much to society and to science, and that we should definitely honor and respect them. And I think more women should be given praise for all the hard work they do, because I'm sure there's a lot of female scientists, astronauts, doctors, everything, you know?
I wonder how many people are not like noticed.
I'm sure there's like so much now, right?
真的，一定有很多人we don't even know their hard work.
I know.
And they're behind.
I know. I think we should try to give them a platform
真的
too.
真的
Or if someone has a good invention, let them try it. Or let them do something. Maybe it really could help people in the future. You never know.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys can also talk about this amongst yourselves. And what do you think? Which one of these scientists impressed you the most? Or do you have another female scientist that you really admire? If so, you can share with your friends, or you can even share with us. But that's all the time that we have for today, and we'll see you guys very soon. Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Pilot. When we were about to land, the pilot told us the weather and the time in the local area. Impress. Charles impressed his guests with a huge dinner that showed off his great cooking skills. Communication. Years ago, before phones, communication was done through letters or in person. Dismiss. It's not nice to dismiss someone just because they're different. Everyone has something special to offer. Missile. The army fired many missiles at the enemy planes to try to shoot them down. Honor. This dinner is to honor the workers at the company. They have worked so hard all year.
智慧小补帖
Composer. Frequency hopping. intercept. Torpedo,